The predicted growth at Australia's busiest airport is expected to be eased with the construction of a second Sydney airport. After decades of debate, the go-ahead has finally been given for a new facility 50 kilometres west of the present site.
It's been in the planning stages for half a century, but finally the green light has been given for a Western Sydney airport. Construction to begin by late 2018, ready to take passengers by the mid-2020s.
So there's demolition work on the site of the airport right now. There's work underway on the ground transport connections.
It will be built around 50 kilometres west from the current and only Sydney Airport, initially with one runway servicing 10 million passengers, about the same size as Adelaide Airport. But there's room to grow with space for a second parallel runway as the population of the western suburbs expects to hit 3 million in the next 15 years. Unlike Sydney Airport, the airport at Badgerys Creek won't have a curfew, meaning planes will be able to arrive and depart through the night. Flight paths are yet to be decided.
Once it's at full capacity, planes flying all over the place, and no one is actually picking up that the background noise at night time will interrupt people's sleep.
Sydney Airport currently serves 40 million passengers each year, and that's expected to more than double in the next 20 years. The government says this new airport will ensure Sydney meets its aviation and economic demands in the future. But the government has been criticised for not putting land aside outside the airport for a rail corridor.
We need to have public transport access from day one that the airport opens. That's important because Badgerys Creek needs to be not just a terminal and a runway, it needs to be a catalyst for jobs and economic growth in Western Sydney and for the nation.
The rail connectivity for the airport will ideally be commenced when the airport opens, and if not, as soon thereafter as possible.
The project is expected to create 9,000 jobs by 2030. Kirsty Johansson, SBS World News.